We may not be able to prepare the future for our children, but we can at least prepare our children for the future. That's a quote from Franklin Roosevelt. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Fetch family. Today I want us to quickly look at more on parenting. How do we parent? As we all know, parenting is not an easy thing to do, but it is doable if we are well prepared for it. However, no matter how prepared you are, parenting has its own challenges. There are also some benefits of having children. One of them is sense of responsibility. It gives you some people or somebody to be responsible for, to be accountable for, at least until a certain age. It makes you to have bonding, to bond, have somebody you bond with. I know you, husband and wife, you bond with each other, but when it comes with to very young child, their baby, it creates that different kind of bonding for that human being. Another benefit of parenting is that babies, they're so innocent and cute, and they are pure. They don't know anything until you start instilling things into them. The things you put in them is what they internalize, and that is what forms their teenage age and their adult age and so on. The children help us to some resistance to stress. Yes, because no matter how stressed you are, no matter how stressful your day may be, you still come back to those children when they are that age, when they are dependent on you. So there are some challenges, and there are also some benefits when you do it right. There's no right or wrong way per se. However, there are right ways to raise up children. And what works for you may not work for another person. But once you have your family values, stick with it and bring your children up that way. Remember, it's not what you say, but what you do. That's how children learn more from that. Sometimes, and it's natural for parents to always want their children to be the best. They come back from school, you want to know, have they got any homework? How was the test that they did the last time? How did they score? They've done this exam recently. Did they get all A's or B's or C's or D's, or did they pass it very well? It's all natural for parents to be like that, but please, no pressure. Let the children go according to their own pace. Encourage them as much as you can. Do everything you can for them to get the best education. But remember, they are all different in their own ways. Provide them with foundation for their success, and then leave the rest to God. Don't make them feel that they are less of a human being because of other children, the way other children are performing, or the way you think other children are performing. If you check some of the very rich people in the world, go and Google it. Google the first 15 richest people in the world. First, they do not have any qualification, maybe beyond secondary school, some of them. But it did not prevent them from reaching where they want to get to. Determination and being focused is very important. So, if your child is not that kind, that is very intelligent as some of his brothers or sisters, don't compare him. Find a way, find something that child can do better, and encourage them. We need a lot of encouragement, not telling them off. We have to teach our children to be as independent as possible from younger age. Don't overparent them, because it will cause them problem in future when they go out there to face the world. No overparenting. Let them be as independent as possible, obviously within reason. monitor what they do, but at the same time, don't overparent. Leave them, guide them, advise them, show them good examples, and leave them to make mistakes. Because if they don't make mistakes, they can never learn. Allow your children to make mistakes because they learn from their mistakes. Also, yes, love your children and at the same time encourage them and bring them in when you're doing some house chores, whether they are boys or girls. Teach them how to clean their rooms, how to clean themselves, how to do things from as young age as possible. It will help them when they start going out to the uni and stuff like that and start living on their own. Some children, even as old as late teens and early 20s, don't know how to cook, they don't know how to do anything. I know it's okay if you have the money to employ people to do these things for you when you eventually start working and you are able to afford that. But you need to know the basics. You need to know how to cook some simple food. You need to know how to clean your environment. You need to know how to do things. And when do we start that? We have to start that as young as possible. Once they're able to reach the sink, ask them to start washing their own plates. Or even if they can't reach the sink, you can get a little stool for them to step on. They may not wash it properly, but at least encourage them to do it. Don't be in a hurry, because you want to be in a hurry. You don't want them to waste your time. If you do it yourself, you are not helping that child. And if they're not used to doing things like that, when they go out there, it will be very difficult for them to start learning. But when you start on time, you teach them to bring them near you when you're cooking, bring them near you when you're tidying up, it will help them to become independent. And when they move out to live on their own, their rooms, their environment will be tidy because they are used to tidy environments. Sometimes you see teenagers go into their room, everything is on the floor, everything is all over the place. From time to time, make sure that you check on them and ask them to tidy up, that this is not how to live. We all have that experience. When we have teenage children, they just want to keep everything on the floor. I don't know why. But you have to keep encouraging them, keep advising them. Kind words as well, not telling them off. When they go out there and come back and tell you that their teacher or somebody else have used certain words towards them, don't rub it in by saying, yeah, of course, I know you are this, you are that. That's why they say that. No. Say the opposite. Tell them that it's not true, that they should not listen to what that person said, and start affirming good things, because what you say to them would carry more weight than what somebody else says to them out there. Let them have what we call self-efficacy. That means that their own action brings out success. Let them see that their own action, what they do, actually brings out success. That will help them a lot. It will help with their mindset. As I said before, I know we all want our children. Some people will just go and pay all sorts of money to prepare their children to go to a good school, especially here in UK. They call it a non-independent school, grammar schools. Some people will pay money for them to go and get lessons for these grammar schools. That's very good. We all did it. However, sometimes the children, if they are not grammar school candidates, they'll go there and they'll struggle, because they were able to get in because of the preparations that was done for them to get in there. And they may go there and they'll struggle. So if you know your children. When you have your children, you know them. If you know that they are the type that even after preparing them for that kind of school environment, that they may still struggle when they go to that school, there's no point in forcing them to go there. They can go to normal school and still do well and still become somebody. Let us not be very pushy.